everyone sort of, has all these sort of bizarre takes, right? And at first, I would agree that I was also like, this is fake.
Yeah.
No chance. I'm like, this is.
I actually didn't think
sense.
it was fake. I was in the non-fake camp from the get-go
Really?
in our group. Yeah, in our group chat.
But you're sort of more
Patrick,
of a you believe the narrative slop no matter what, right? So I'm sort of naturally.
I know what I saw. I'm not of the person. I saw so many contrarians who are just naturally contrarian, and they go, "That's fake." I understand because of the Oscars ratings thing, where you would lead to believe that like. If this was
I didn't watch it live. I saw.
I didn't really watch it either, dude. I was watching Drake open basketball cards, and then our buddy, fucking Graham texted me. He goes, "Yo, did you see
Graham
this?"
sent it to me too.
Yeah, he goes, "You see this?" I'm like, "What?"
No, Graham's just sending it everywhere.
Yeah, he's just getting it out there. And then I was like, "He's like, you see this?" I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, so that was the kind of what happened to me. And then originally I said, it's obviously a big Streisand effect when people are more talking about it, but all of the takes of like, this is probably what actually happened. This is his bubbling up point. There's some race stuff involved, all this sort of thing, right? To me, I've been saying this for like 6-7 months. It all boils down to there's something going on with this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not this, it's like there's something else going on that we don't know about.
Yeah.
Like the same reason with
everybody
the book
has
stuff. We know when they were doing the books and every day there was a new piece of information.
What
and
books?
He was released his biography.
Oh, yeah.
Tales of a Sociopath, Will Smith.
Yeah.
And basically, the kind of bottom line of all of it was there kept being these weird things getting released and how he's having sex with, all the girls are having sex, or his wife's having sex with all these guys, blah, blah. And it kept being like, what are they releasing this to sell more books? Like, it felt like someone's weird. So some of the weird takes, people go, it's Illuminati that he's getting in the Illuminati. So basically they have to make you do humiliations.
You got to go slap Chris Rock?
No,
does Chris Rock get in?
No. It's all about humiliation. Some people were saying that Pfizer owns the patent on alopecia.
I saw that one. I got tagged in that because Pfizer was sponsoring the fucking thing. And then someone's like, here's this like thing from 2015. They go,
so this is kind of what they're saying. But I honestly don't think... Like, Will Smith doesn't behave like a human being behaves, right?
He's a Scientologist, right?
Scientologist. He does all this stuff where he talks about himself in the third person. I remember this old interview where he's like, Will Smith isn't really a person. Will Smith is an idea. And the way he talks about himself like he's...
Like the Hulkster.
Yeah, he's an essence. Yeah, he talks about himself like he's a wrestler. He goes, Will Smith's just an idea. And then he's crying and you go, you don't believe the tears. None of it's believable. I don't believe that he was mad when he was, when he's sitting there yelling. He goes... You leave my wife. It was reeked of a guy pretending to be a tough guy that wasn't actually like. I don't believe any of it.
I think he was mad. Like, what is his thought?
Maybe he's
process?
pretending to be mad. It feels like a sociopath.
He must have legitimate some sort of anger issues. I don't know. How do you not be like, yo, I'm gonna fucking like Chris Rock at 20 minutes later in the back or whatever. You go up to him, you're like, yo, what the fuck was that, dude? And you like handle it like normal people do. If you're that mad about it.
But my thing is I don't believe that he's that. I don't believe these celebrities. Maybe I'm just too cynical, but I'm watching this and I go, this is a big...
So what do you think then?
I think that he...
Do you think it was a work?
Okay.
That's what all the wrestling people were saying. It was a work.
It's a...
it's a work.
It's a fake?
It's a work. It's a fake. You're getting worked. It's a work.
You're getting worked.
Yeah.
Okay, do you remember... you ever been sort of like really drunk? You're probably not as like destructive as me. But sometimes when you're just like really drunk and like causing trouble
I ate a
or
whole
whatever,
pizza once.
You would get drunk and eat a whole pizza, but maybe you're yelling at, like you're in a fight with a girl or something, and you kind of think it's a good idea at the time. I think that to some degree for him, in his mind, he's kind of like, oh, I think this will be a good chance to stand up for myself. So I think you kind of hype yourself up and you get in it, and then I'm mad about this.
Yeah.
But I think it's more like, it's not that he flipped and lost control, in my opinion. It's that he sort of sees this as like, I've been looking for a chance to show that I'm not.
If you're saying that he follows the stuff, then he's been seeing everybody trashing him.
Yeah.
Like nonstop and making fun of him and calling him a cuck and all this stuff. And so he goes, this puts an end to it. And you go, yeah, this is going to make it worse.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Tough Guy.
This is a miscalculation, pal.
Yeah, well, the best joke of the whole thing, I will award to probably all the people that were memeing the thing saying that to make him feel better, they gave him a statue of his wife.
Yeah.
I said that's my favorite joke.
So funny.
That one was doing it for me. I would say the worst two takes was this. Sophie Hagen's tweet. I think that Will Smith, looks at hands, hang on, I'm white. So maybe I don't need to have an opinion on what a black man did to another black man because of what he said about his black wife. Maybe I should just shut up and listen.
You should shut up and listen. And then if he comes to fucking hit you, just remember, you fucking stupid white bitch, that he's black.
Yeah.
He gets to hit you in the face.
Well, this take is, and there's a lot of articles about this too, right? Because there's nothing in America can happen without it,
I mean, this is the biggest story. This is like...
No, but I'm saying nothing can happen without it, immediately becoming about race, even if, no matter what, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But basically her take is it's family business.
Family business. Do you see the...
She's like, like if a black man beats his black wife, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't comment because that's family business. You know what I mean? But...
And literally, like nobody's. I mean, I guess a lot of people. The Marjorie Taylor Greene one was.
Okay, so you said that's the worst take. What did she
say? Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, the crazy QAnon chick, she goes, "I never watched the Oscars, but I've seen the Will Smith Chris Rock clip a million times this morning. I have to say, I appreciate the alpha male response of a husband defending his wife.
Oh yeah, she does.
It was settled, and then no more drama. Chris Rock handled it like a man with no whining. It was much better than.
She thought it was two men working it out.
Yeah, exactly. And you go, yeah, Chris Rock was absolutely stunned.
He was stunned.
What, like, again, people are like, oh, why? That's the fake camp, because they go like, oh, Chris Rock like didn't defend himself. Why on earth
defend yourself?
Would you like put his hands up or anything? Why on earth would that be on the table?
It would have
been
to
get smacked.
It would have been huge if after the smack happened, Will Smith went down, he made a joke or something. You could say, even I know everyone's like, oh, what if he did a joke about August banging his wife? I think that would be too aggressive.
Yeah.
But like, even if Chris Rock said like, something PG, like, that's how much money I cost that the Oscars couldn't afford security.
For sure.
Even if he said something lighthearted, I think it just would have been a nice pop.
But he was definitely stunned. He was for sure.
But sometimes your comedic instincts kick in.
Well, they did not kick in there. Or he just was like, let's just get through this. And
I'm not about to tell him like, oh, I'd like to, everyone would like to think like I would have been friggin' the wittiest quip you've ever heard, pal.
No, the best, I was thinking what the best scenario would have been actually was if he was kind of like a Joe Rogan, like he was a martial arts guy, but not, but like not a public guy. He's just like trained martial arts. And then it's because it's really like all muscle memory with the martial arts stuff, right?
Yeah.
And he just goes to hit him and then he just like ducks it and knocks him out cold or something,
or like
takes him down and then you're like,
or just like a Steven Seagal sort of situation too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A keto to him.
Yeah. And then you're just like, oh shit, I didn't even know I just did.
Dude, can you imagine how embarrassing that would be for Will if he came up, went for a shot, Chris would go, and he's lying on the floor.
And then he takes off his shirt and they're just like, he's like, all right, we're doing this. And then it just cuts the commercial.
That'd be nice for everybody. They tried to censor it. The other funny part, okay, but let me, just to say the race thing, just one way that I'll already say that that take doesn't make sense. Because first of all, obviously the real answer is you're just siding on the side of the comedian, which obviously I would. But
no, I'm siding on the side of the guy who got assaulted.
Okay, yeah.
It's like
but for a joke,
I bet one guy got assaulted and one guy did the assaulting. It's like, yeah, I don't know if you want to side with the guy who did the assaulting.
Okay, but let me just back it up. If he went on the Oscars and he stood up and he goes, yo, I just want to say that Will Smith's a bitch, and Will Smith got up and punched him, like, to me, that's different. It's not like Chris Rock was trying to make a joke. If he get up there and he goes, yo, and I just want to say that Will Smith's like the worst actor ever. I don't even know who invited this guy. He guy's a bitch. Everyone's smashing his wife. Like if he said, I don't think that you should never not. Sure. Okay, but I'm saying that I'm not always on the side of there is a case where you can punch people. I'll tell you that
obviously
ain't
if you go out, you do the fucking Bruce Willis where you go in Harlem with the sandwich board. Yeah, you're gonna get hit for not assaulting somebody, sure. Yeah. But I'm just saying this was not
this ain't it, Chief.
This was not that.
Yeah, this wasn't it.
This
Chief.
was like, dude, it's like the precedent. So it's like the precedent is every Comedy Central roast is like, right. Someone's getting knocked the fuck out.
Every joke, it's who's getting knocked out.
Who's getting knocked out. And the thing with the roast is they go after just people in the audience.
Okay.
They go, yeah, Andy Dick's here.
Yeah.
Andy Dick's in the audience. Andy Dick goes, all right.
Andy Dick's skinny. Oh, the skinny community needs to stand up for
Andy
himself.
Dick gets up and just fucking goes and smacks Chevy Chase
every person. Yeah, it was ridiculous, right? But the race thing, they always say that it's, this is racist to sort of, get involved or whatever. But I go, it's, why it's just so disingenuous, whether or not they believe it or not. You go, okay, imagine if it was Kanye West, Candace Owens, or, when that Republican guy was running for California governor or whatever, but someone that doesn't get in line with what they're supposed to think, right?
Yeah.
Anytime it's that, they have no problem with all five, like, white men late night hosts teeing up on them one after another, right?
Of course, if they're conservatives, yeah.
Well, but yeah, or even, you know, Kanye, it's not even always conservative. It's just he doesn't.
He wore a fucking Make America Great Again. Huh?
He was.
He's put himself in that camp.
I guess so. But most of the things, it's just basically someone, when Nicki Minaj was against the vaccine stuff for a second, it's like they had no problem with, you know, Fallon, Kimmel, Colbert, you know,
it's anybody who's like heterodox.
Yeah, all the 5 white men late night hosts could all like back to back tee up on that black woman, and no one would have a problem with it.
Of course.
So I just don't believe they think that.
Also, it's crazy to think that you just can't have an opinion on something that's the biggest news topic in the world.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the number one topic in the world.
Yeah, the number one.
It's like it's like leaped above the war.
Yeah, and you're supposed to just ignore it completely.
Yeah, ignore it. I go, that's not my business. That's
ball jokes are a big topic, right? The alopecia community. So Judd Apatow had a pretty banger. Did you see it?
No.
So Judd Apatow tweeted. He goes, "That could have killed him." He goes, that's purge, out of control rage and violence. So whatever, his take was essentially that Will Smith was in the wrong, which I think was fair. But he goes, he basically said like Will Smith, that Chris Rock could have died from the slap. And I go, I don't think a slap's ever killed someone.
Slap, no. There's still debate. People are still saying like, oh, it was a closed fist. I'm like, it was definitely a slap. I mean, if it was a closed fist, yeah, maybe. I mean, there's people who have,
maybe from closed fist, but not from a
that's
slap.
the thing. Chris Rock, like you see him around the
I don't think he could have
He's not a big
died.
guy.
Yeah, I don't think he could have died
against the guy who played Muhammad Ali.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
Well, did you see? Okay,
I mean, no, you die because you get knocked unconscious and then your head hits the ground. That's the cause of death in that scenario.
That's true.
Is you get knocked unconscious and then your head hits the ground and you die. That happens.
I thought the take was a little extreme, personally.
Imagine fucking you're watching the Oscars, he just hits him, Chris Rock goes down, he's just like twitching and then just dies.
That'd be
like,
nuts.
That was pretty wild.
Yeah. And they'd probably go on with it too. Apparently they tried to kick him out. And then he was like, I'm not leaving. And they go, all right.
Yeah, we tried.
It's so wild.
We tried.
Yeah. And then, so most Americans, they did a study of a bunch of Americans, and it was equally Democrat and Republican. And more than 50% Americans believe Chris Rock was to blame. So they said he was wrong.
It is interesting.
Over 50% of people, that's where society's at right now, where more than half of the people are just like, yeah, no, Chris Rock deserves
and this
that.
is
That's
one
where
of those,
we're at.
This is one of those things too where like it is how close is it to 50-50?
Pretty close.
And it is one of those things where it's like, you know, a lot of things really split up pretty cleanly politically. This was not one of them. This was not, no. It was like, I saw conservatives who were like,
but I'll tell you how it did split up. Older people, less so, and younger people did think this that was warranted. So younger people, which I guess that makes sense because younger people are more sensitive, you know?
Yeah.
You know the classic meme.
Wait, younger people were not okay with the slap? No. On Chris Rock's side?
They were okay.
Oh,
because they're.
I thought older people would be like, yeah, when I was younger, if you said that, yeah, you would get your fucking clock cleaned.
Okay, well, I could see why you could see that, but what actually happened was I don't know if you know this, but they've been given participation trophies.
I have. I watched the fucking Jeff Foxworthy special.
So a generation of people got participation trophies, and I think that's a very millennial thing that jokes are violence, right?
Yeah.
So I think that people who are 55 are less likely to think that jokes are violence, whereas I think your average, like a 25 to 35-year-old, it's more normal for them to say, you make a joke about the alopecia community. Actually, if anything, you're lucky that it wasn't worse, pal.
What a fucking disaster for the Oscars this was.
No disaster. It was the first time anyone watched it, probably.
Nobody watched it, though.
Nah, then viewers were up.
Yeah, at the point reruns. After this, nobody watched they watched the clip. Nobody was watching.
You don't think they went back and watched the reruns?
Fuck no, dude. People, there was one good part of the Oscars, and it was 8 seconds long.
I think this is probably the most pressed.
What, are you going to tune in? Are you going to turn? Yeah, no doubt, most pressed.
I don't think this is a disaster for the Oscars.
This isn't positive.
This is good for the Oscars.
I disagree, because who's gonna you're going to tune in next year? You're like, oh, who's gonna who's gonna get smacked?
I actually would be more likely.
You're not gonna watch shit next year. One, they're probably going to be like, okay, well, we can't have comedians involved anymore.
Oh, to be honest,
back to the James Franco bullshit, like Anne Hathaway garbage.
You're right. I think that's where we're at, where you just go, listen, Hollywood hates like any sort of touchy thing. Every job is the most corporate gig ever. You should treat it like the only person should be doing these gigs should be the same person that's doing essentially like a gig for a bunch of kids in a cancer ward.
It's
like,
a corporate.
It's a maximum corporate.
Yeah, you're doing a corporate for Disney.
This is one of the New York Times had a hot take. They said Jada Pinkett Smith shouldn't have to take a joke, and neither should you.
Yeah, nobody should.
Nobody should ever have to take a joke. It really is splitting up into, I mean, it really is. They should just have the same reason why they should have 2 Netflixes. They should just have 2 different worlds. It's like, hey, you get to choose, sort of like when you're in a cab, you get to choose if they want them to talk or not. That should be like the real option.
I mean, there literally
you should have that at like university. Like you go to university, you go, hey, do you want the ones where like jokes are around, or do you want the ones where it's like sort of like a simulation where everyone's nice to you?
Yeah, it's literally safe space. It's what we're describing is the whole safe space comedy. Like,
safe space.
Like there's comedy shows
kids
that
in their participation.
Dude, there's comedy shows that are unironically called safe space comedy.
Yeah,
like that's the name of the show.
Well, this one says this is a defense of thin skin. It is a defense of boundaries of human beings and enforcing limits. It is a repudiation of the incessant valorizing of taking a joke, having a sense of humor. This is like, this high level that the society puts on, quote unquote, having a sense of humor.
Yeah.
Is it a rejection of the exception that we laugh off everything people want us to, or whatever, right? So preach. You tell these people that they're making jokes. It's also like, this wasn't some work ceremony started roasting randoms. You know what I mean?
It's pretty standard for the Oscars. The comedians usually make some jokes, and even sometimes the non-comedians.
Yeah, 100%. And the one thing they said, who is served by all this thick skin? Those who want to behave with impunity. If the targets of this derision only had thicker skin, their aggressors could say or do as they please. So her theory is this idea of people being like, oh, come on, take a joke. It's almost like a conspiracy so everyone can,
just make fun of
we can just
so
tee off on everyone.
Down.
Right, but what she's missing is you go, well, who is served? She goes, who is served by them being able to joke? And you go, the audience. Mm-hmm. The people watching at home. Who's served by, having celebrities make fun of? I mean, it releases tension. Everyone else who's not involved, it's like for them, they only see the person that's, you make a joke about someone, you go, who benefited from that? You go, everyone who found it funny. That's it.
Also, do you know how much the Oscars sucks to watch? If you just that's like maybe one of the last things that's good.
Watching celebrities jack themselves off is disgusting.
Insane, and you're like, yeah, they do it because it's also like it's still a show.
Yeah, it's the only thing
people to watch.
The only thing that makes it not just totally disgusting, right?
Yeah, it's just like they need to break it up. The fucking glad-handing bullshit.
CNN's hot take was Will Smith's wrong doesn't make Chris Rock right. These players are such losers, dude. But the funny part is that in their thing, this is them trying to be like measured almost. And they go, neither Will Smith. Now we're saying neither Will Smith or Chris Rock needs to be canceled. So they're like sort of extending an olive branch saying, we don't think Chris Rock necessarily needs to be canceled.
No, they're saying to Chris Rock or Will Smith.
Both. Neither of them, they're both wrong, equally amount, probably as much.
Yeah.
Now listen, I don't think Chris Rock needs to lose his job for his alopecia joke that he didn't write.
That's what I want to know.
What are you talking about?
I want to know who wrote that.
Did they feel bad? Do you think if I was the guy who wrote that, you think you'd want to get out front and sort of take your credit?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe fucking Chris Rock's like, you're like, oh shit, I ain't ever writing for Chris Rock again. That's the end of that one.
Or the opposite, you get I mean, to be honest, it's like you wrote one of the most talked about jokes in the history of the world.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You go, who can say that?
That was like a pretty basic joke too.
Pretty basic joke and out of time. G.I. Jane, like I wouldn't make a G.I. Jane reference in my set. That feels very outdated. So that was CNN's take. BuzzFeed News did an article. Here's what 5 people with alopecia think about the Chris Rock joke.
Did they ask Jeff Ross's opinion?
Does he have alopecia?
Yeah. Jeff Ross came out and he goes, yeah, I have alopecia.
Right.
It's like not that big of a deal. Like you can make jokes.
Yeah,
I mean, probably not the best guy.
Well, it's just so funny they call it the alopecia community. It's not a community. The alopecia
anything
community.
community.
Anything's a community. Yeah.
Shout out to former Toronto Raptor Charlie Villanueva.
Is he part of the alopecia
He
community?
was. He had alopecia, yeah, and he has to wear a headband because his eyebrows don't catch the sweat.
Really? I was born without eyebrows. I'm a victim.
Yeah, there you go.
Right?
You gotta be
Did
a
you see
headband
the? Did you see the? Well, actually, let me just ask you. What do you think? Do you think the alopecia community that they asked was liked it or didn't like it?
I bet they're split, but
No,
they're
not split.
They like the attention.
No, but you think BuzzFeed had a split panel of alopecia
Oh,
people?
I thought you meant the overall worldwide.
No, BuzzFeed asked 5 alopecia.
Oh yeah,
people.
yeah, that was a five for 5.
I'm gonna give you a spoiler alert. BuzzFeed's panel of 5 people with alopecia weren't happy with the joke.
Not happy with it. I'm sure someone was, and they go, "Yeah, well, you're not going to be in the article, so it's not that."
You're
kind
not
of
going to be on
article."
our alopecia panel of people that didn't like the alopecia joke. So that was the gist of that. The alopecia community didn't like it. And then one more was the Stanford Advocate did a thing where they said when Rock compared Pinkett Smith to G.I. Jane, it also struck a nerve in the alopecia community, which 50-year-old Pinkett Smith has publicly been a part of for 4 years. So I am.
But she's had short hair forever.
Yeah, I know.
So she's only recently had alopecia, but she decided to just have like a buzz cut for the last 30 years anyway.
Exactly. And on top of that, I know the difference between someone that they're losing their hair and someone that has hair and
Yeah,
they've shaved it.
alopecia is like you don't have eyebrows. She has eyebrows.
She has eyebrows and hair. It's
And
just
hair.
shaved. Like you go, I know what it looks like when
like
someone's
maybe
bald.
she's about to start having alopecia. Like maybe it's
Yeah.
starting, but like again, Charlie Villanueva is like totally smooth.
Yeah, but imagine,
Whole
imagine
head.
someone that we know
Doesn't have a hair on his head.
like shaves their head and gives themselves a buzz or brush cut,
Yeah.
and they go, "Yeah, all my hair fell out," and you go, "I can see that there's
I can
hair
see
there."
there's hair. Yeah,
Yeah, I know the difference between a Bic bald head and a buzz cut.
yeah,
You have you have an army haircut.
yeah. I mean, again,
And she goes, "It's going missing." I go, "Well, I can see all the follicles, so if it's going
like
missing,
maybe she's preparing herself for the future.
sure." But if she grew that
But also,
hair
it's
out,
been her hair.
if she grew that hair out, she would have like a pretty nice piece of hair.
I mean, first off, her whole life, her hair was like, go to the barber, he goes, give me a 2, and now it's a 1. It's not like...
You're right. She has a 2. So, anyways, my overall synopsis was that Will Smith is the weirdest guy in the universe.
Yeah.
He just keeps being weird. He keeps surprising me with those weird stuff. Never fails to him not impressed.
Something going on in his brain, but he's a tortured artist.
He is a tortured artist.
Yeah, he's so tortured.
Thank you for watching that clip, supporting the channel. If you like The Boyscast, there's a new episode every week at patreon.com/theboyscast.
That's patreon.com/theboyscast.